San Francisco Fleet Week is a great opportunity for the Marine Corps and the Navy team to come up to work with the emergency services and the community really on two fronts. One is to be able to kind of work together in the context of community relations and kind of taking time to get to know each other and, just show the Marine Corps flag a little bit. But then really the functional part of that, and probably the serious part of it, is actually working with them and their emergency services about getting ready for natural disaster type of readiness or preparedness, making sure that we've got the relationships built so that we can then work with them to facilitate the kinds of support that they would need in a defense support to civilian authorities type scenario. The thing that really separates this Fleet Week here in San Francisco from the other Fleet Weeks around the nation is really that it has a very purposeful and functional design to it, if you will. So in other words, the whole focus on how do we get after the defense support to civilian authorities in a disaster relief situation is really the foundational part of it. I mean, the engagement with the general public is always one that's good, and the people love to see the Marines and what they're doing. But really, the heart and soul of it is being able to look at some of those areas where we might possibly need to provide support to the emergency services elements of the city government. So each year, the thing that's been very good here in San Francisco is that they've taken a different functional area to look at, and we kind of tackle each one of those each year. So whether it's fuel capabilities and supplies, or power generation, or water, or medical services, we try to get after each one of those each year. So it builds on itself to give a more holistic response capability. San Francisco is a phenomenal host for these Fleet Week events, and we're incredibly appreciative and thankful of all the work they do to help set this up, and a lot of time and effort and resources that go into it. But I really do think that this is probably one of the best venues I've seen for these kind of Fleet Weeks, where it has the functional perspective associated with the humanitarian assistance disaster relief type of scenario associated with natural disasters that we can work towards in a building block approach towards helping the local government out in a proactive fashion. So, it's kind of like we talk about with combat. You don't want to meet each other in contact for the first time. It's much better to have those relationships built ahead of time, and then that way we're that much more effective to help the people of the city when they need it.